Looking for cheap Madden or NBA 2K coins? Head on over to my sponsor, buy2kmut.com. They're currently running a special where my code Bkindel will get you 35% off your order. So this weekend, we got our first look and got to test out the gameplay for Madden 21. Over the weekend, you had the opportunity to play the closed beta if you signed up for it a couple weeks ago. And with this, it's basically everything you can expect to see up to this point in Madden 21, and it's a way for us to give you our feedback and everything. But for whatever reason, once again, it's a closed beta, so I can't put any footage of the gameplay, can't take screenshots, nothing like that, because, you know, EA logic. There were a lot of things to take away from the beta, both good and bad. So in this video, I'm gonna go through some of the things that I loved about the beta and some things that, like, they need to fix this shit. We still got 2 months before Madden 21 officially releases, and all I'm gonna say is it's a good thing we still got 2 months till Madden 21 releases. Not saying that it was all bad. There are tons of pros. I think I have more pros than I do cons, but the cons vastly outweigh the pros. Like, the things that were bad about the game were just unbearably bad that they need to fix. But if you enjoyed these type of videos and want me to update you on more Madden 21 news when it becomes available, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and in the comment section, let me know what your favorite part about the Madden 21 beta was. First things first, we're gonna start out with the good, the pros, but I wanna say some of the stupid things. Some of the stuff that's really dope right now, but like nobody's gonna care about it in like a month from now. We got some new animations this year. I've noticed when I was playing the game, I got a lot more hit stick animations, a lot more ag animations, just a ton of different things, which makes the game feel more realistic than playing a video game, which can be both good and bad. I think it looks a lot cooler, but at the same time, you're also gonna get a lot of weird animations that make you drop the ball, make you get hit sticked or forced into a fumble, or you're basically gonna get mossed by the other team and it's just gonna piss you off. So like I said, both good and bad with that, but still, it's just nice to have something new in the game. This one's really stupid, but we also got a new scoreboard, which I kind of like. I think it kind of looks cool. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go check it out. It's been on all their videos and everything that they've shown, but it looks kind of cool. It's just something to look at, guys. Anything different than Madden 20 is a good thing. And then you looked at the loading screen and it was literally exactly the same. So that kind of pissed me off. They literally copied and pasted that. But having a new scoreboard, it just looks cool. It's something different to look at, which I really enjoy. I kind of actually am starting to dig the new card art too. It's just a bunch of different things, a new look to Madden 21 than there was to Madden 20, which I actually thoroughly enjoy. And next up, this is one that we have all bashed that they have literally noted in like their gameplay trailer and stuff they're gonna know when they're like marketing Madden 21 is the new celebrations. Oh man, it's stupid, I know, and I'm caught for like bashing the hell out of it. I hated that they market that, but when you look at it, I get a sack in an important situation and I have the opportunity to like do some dope stuff with like a celebration or stuff. It's a way to piss your opponent off, and for whatever reason, that makes me happy. Like I said, I'm gonna probably hate it in a month from now, especially when it happens to me. But as of right now, I think just new stuff in Madden 21 compared to Madden 20, like a new look, new celebration. I think it's different, and that's a good thing. Now we're gonna go on to the important stuff, the important pros, stuff that really I think were good about the Madden 21 beta. And the first being is using the D-line is really good. Guys, I know there are a couple of you that have used the D-line in the past, and your friends have made fun of you for so long. Well, let me tell you something. Madden 21 is going to be your year. Using the D-line with like using the right stick, the kind of control, like if you do a swim move, like a bull rush, whatever you do, it's kind of cool and it works really well. So if you're somebody that likes to be on the D-line and that's kind of what you want to do, get somebody on really high block shed. I remember I was using, I think it was the Falcons, and Grady Jarrett has an X Factor. I can't remember which one, but his block sheds were absolutely crazy when I was using D-line, especially if I did like a swing move. I was able to kind of throw that D-line away, kind of stop the run that way. So I feel like that's going to be a really good way to try to help stop the run, which was a big driving factor from Madden 20 to Madden 21. It's also going to be a lot easier for you to get after the quarterback, which if you're using D-line, it's going to be huge, because before, if you couldn't get off right away, odds are you're going to get stuck on the D-line, they're going to have all time in the world, and they're going to dot you up. Using between a middle linebacker, safety, cornerback, D-line, that's all going to be preference for you. But we in the Madden community have always stereotypically labeled the people that use the D-line as bums. fellas, this is your year. Next thing I noticed was tackling was a lot better. You don't get warped into animations as much. A lot of times if somebody likes trying to jukebox you or spin or something, you just get literally juked into the next millennium. You go to the shallow realm, gone for all eternity. This year, I noticed tackling was a lot better, and they don't always carry you and take you 5 yards, which was my biggest struggle in Man 20, is that even if I get a stop, they'd be able to carry me for 5 yards. A lot of times, I was able to tackle them back, and just tackling was a lot smoother in the beta. So we're gonna get into some that kind of drove the Man community apart in 2 ways. New abilities that we got to see was Truz, which was on Lamar Jackson, and I believe that helps him not fumble, which is going to be really fun if you like to run with your quarterback, and Film Study, which lets you see your opponent's play if they use it 2 times in a row. My thoughts on it is I think it's a great addition to the game. Like, I can understand from a competitive standpoint, if you're playing in tournaments, playing for money, all that stuff, I can see why it would piss you off, but at the same time, the competitive players and competitive Madden players in general make up about 10% of the game. The other 90% are just casuals, are people that do it for content, just people that play the game for fun to begin with. And do you know what is not fun? When your opponent runs stretch 5 times in a row, whether you can stop it or not. Seeing the play doesn't mean you're gonna stop it. Trust me, bro. I've known that people are running stretch every single play, and I still couldn't stop it. But I believe this is gonna help the casual players out a little bit, which people will think is a bad thing, but it's really not. It makes people be more diverse with their schemes a little bit, and this way you won't see stretch or the same play over and over and over again, which, let's face it, unless you're like a competitive player, that's not fun for anybody. I also noticed that the O-line picked up blitzes a lot. I remember Big Time 146. It was a huge defense that everybody ran last year. You just got instant pressure to the quarterback, and that's why the run game was so OP, is because why people ran the ball all the time, nobody passed. This year, I used Big Down 146 a little bit. Honestly, I didn't get a ton of pressure. The offensive line picked up blitzes a lot. If you have 5 blockers and you have 5 rushers, a lot of the time, unless they get a block shed, the whole line's going to pick them up pretty well. So I didn't notice a lot of sacks. I also didn't notice a lot of fumbles in the beta. I fumbled maybe once or twice in multiple games. So that's another issue that we had at the beginning of last year, was so many fumbles. I didn't notice that much this year. Another big issue that they were able to solve in the beta from 21 to 20 is pass releasing on quarterback. A lot of times last year, quarterbacks would take forever for the wind up, make a sandwich, go smokable, whatever they want to do, then they throw it or they get sacked. This year, it's a nice smooth animation. They get rid of the ball quick, and my favorite part is you can throw out a sack. So a lot of times, if I was getting hit, I wouldn't be able to throw it. I would just get sacked right away. This time, if they're back a little bit and I'm starting my wind up, instead of taking the hit and getting sacked, I'm able to at least throw the ball, and then the pressure kind of dictates how good the throw actually is. I think that's a good addition to the game. This way, people might be more, they might pass it a little bit more this year, which is the hope. Passing the ball feels really good this year. You were able to dot opponents up. You were able to pass the ball in the beta a little bit. I passed the ball, I think, almost every single down, and it just felt really smooth. The bad news is, so did running the ball. And I literally faced a guy who ran the ball 25 out of 25 plays in 1 half. What is wrong with some of you people, bro? It's a video game, come on. So that is gonna lead us into all the bad stuff that was in Man 21, and there's not as much, but guys, it was bad. It was really bad. While the passing game feels nice, so does the running game. So we might see a lot more running the ball this year too. We might see people less likely to pass the ball, and we might be in the same meta that we had last year. But the reason both were so OP in the beta is because zones suck. Zones were literally the worst thing in the world. You had that really cool coach adjustment they brought in that you could adjust the depth of the zone from 5 yards to 30 yards. It didn't matter because zones literally did not work. The safeties didn't play ball. Linebackers won't play ball. Nobody played the ball, and nobody was in 5 yards of a receiver. It was so easy to dot your opponent up for 400 to 500 passing yards or 200 rushing yards. There was just no defense whatsoever unless you played man coverage. And if you played man coverage, it was very OP. It was also frustrating at times is wide receivers either would drop an easy pass or they just would not go at the ball. They look at it and just say no, and walk away. Like, they wouldn't even make an attempt at a ball right to them, a very catchable ball, or a lot of times it'll just hit their hands and they'll drop it. That can be very frustrating, and that's going to lead to a lot of people not passing the ball. And guys, I don't want to go back to Madden 20. I really don't. This one's going to be a little bit harder to tell just because stat adjustment is everybody on defense felt really slow. That's a lot of times I was using a middle linebacker, probably has like mid 80 speed. Then you're going up against the Chiefs, obviously, with Tyreek Hill and 99 speed. So obviously they're going to feel a lot faster on offense. But overall, everybody used on the defense, no matter who it was, they just felt really slow and they couldn't get anywhere, which it made it kind of hard. But like I said, that could just be a ratings thing. My biggest thing last year, one that drove me nuts, is that you had to be within reach to get an interception. It didn't matter if they threw it right at me, if I played it perfectly, it would go right over my hand. And guess what? That's back, except in the beta, it was on freaking steroids, because it doesn't matter if they threw it right at my hands, it would teleport through my body into the receiver. It was so hard to lurk in this beta, bro. It didn't matter if you played the ball perfectly. First off, it was hard enough because the linebackers were so slow. Then, if you even keep up and you make a good play, it would go right through your hands and somehow go right to the receiver. It was very hard to get interceptions. It was very hard to have a user. It looks like they were trying to lead people to try to be on the defensive line. One thing that I thought was really cool that they had last year, though, is you were able to swerve catch. I don't know if that was just a mistake or what, but you were able to swerve catch, kind of swerve to the sideline, make it easier to keep your feet in bounds, or kind of able to churn up the sideline, get a bunch more yards. I couldn't do that in Madden 21. I don't know if anybody else could, but I was unable to really get a good swerve in Madden 21. So a lot of times there would be balls that Madden 20, I probably could have cut up field, got some more yards, but I had to toe tap and bounce. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. I just couldn't freaking swerve catch in Madden 21. It was pissing me off. And the last con that I have is there were too many eggs in this game, bro. It felt like Madden 16, which if we go back to Madden 16, bro, like same gameplay, same type of content, everything, I'm all freaking for that. That was probably one of the last good Maddens that we had. But odds are that's not gonna happen because it's freaking EA. But too many eggs plus all the other cons, just a bad thing. I would play perfect defense and I would get freaking mossed by 5'11" wide receiver, and it's just frustrating, bro. Like, animations are so frustrating. While they look cool, there's no skill gap. It's all luck. It's a 50-50 luck whether I'm gonna get a pick or he's gonna just ag me into the freaking ground. Like, I don't know, bro. It pisses me off. Anyways, guys, like I said, a lot more pros than cons. A lot of things that I really liked about the beta, but the cons were so bad, in my opinion, just making it literally impossible to play defense. No defense whatsoever. Like, every game, it was like 40 plus points for both teams. No defense whatsoever. So if they can fix that, I think this could still be a really good Madden. They just gotta get those cons that at least somewhat decent, and I feel like we'll be in good shape. Anyways, boys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment any other video ideas that you would like to see for the rest of Madden 20. We are so close. Well, hopefully not too close, because like I said, they got a lot of shit they need to work on. But we are so close to Madden 21, only 2 short months to go. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.